Hello everybody, my name is Alejandro Olim Prado. I'm a PhD candidate in the Department of Chicano Studies here at UC Santa Barbara and currently a Ford Fellow, where I'm writing my dissertation on the connection between China and Chicanos in the 21st century here in Los Angeles. This is a project that really stemmed from an exploration of my palette and slowly developed into a global analysis of Chicanos within the context of global capitalism. So to really begin, I follow the methodological form of inquiry developed by Chicano feminists of theory in the flesh. As I begin to explore my palette and explore my own performance of Chicanidad, one that is very much localized in the San Gabriel Valley, an area here on the eastern part of Los Angeles, where the majority of the community is Asian and Latinos, right? Specifically Mexican and Chinese. So this area really has influenced me. It influenced my own performance of Chicanidad. As a result of the ethno-burb that it encompasses, right? Ethno-burb as developed by Wei Li, referring largely to the economic and cultural influence the Chinese population have here. So much so, really, that it leads my palate to really prefer Chinese food, surprisingly, right, to Mexican food. And there's like a small vignette that I always like saying in reference to that. Growing up, my grandma attempting to make Chinese food in our kitchen, to appease my developing taste buds. And what begins as like a kind of a cute, funny story is really emblematic of the way that this region has changed, right? And the way that it's impacted what I like and how I perform my sense of self. So following that, that's kind of what sparked my dissertation project. But over the course of taking classes in sociology, political science, global studies, I began to see that this palette, this performance of Chicanidad that's very much localized in the San Gabriel Valley, is influenced by these macro structures, right? Whether that is investment, culture, migration. So from there I begin to develop the framework of critical globalization studies. So it's theory in the flesh and critical globalization studies that really come together to develop this interest, develop this project that fundamentally asks three questions. The first question is, how are Chicanos and China connected? The second question is, upon this connection, how are Chicanos, Latinos then being intentional in cultivating a relationship with China? And lastly, I ask, how does Chicanidad become redefined and evolve as a result of global capitalism? So these three questions culminate and are answered throughout my dissertation. A dissertation that has 4 empirical chapters, and they're divided into 2 different currents. Right, so the first current is indirect connections, and the second current is direct connections. So in the first part of the dissertation is indirect connections. I explore the cultural production of the San Gabriel Valley, right? So how it becomes known as this Chinese culinary mecca of authentic food. So and how this cultural impact begins to have material implications on the San Gabriel Valley, and that those material implications change the spatial landscape, right? So really following what David Harvey calls symbolic capital. Those cultural markers that make a geographic space unique, and through that uniqueness facilitates a certain level of accumulation. So that becomes my first chapter, and the second chapter works with that first chapter following what Don Mitchell calls to study the landscape, right? So in the first chapter where I study the representation of the landscape, in the second chapter I study its production. Who are the workers that are central in making this Chinese culinary mecca? So I begin to investigate, interview the Latino immigrant restaurant workers who are central to this restaurant industry, right? As dishwashers, food preppers, cleaners, cooks, sometimes even servers. So here we begin to uncover the production aspect of the landscape, right? A landscape that oftentimes occludes and hides, intentionally, unintentionally, these Latino workers. So then I move to the second current, right? These direct connections. In the first chapter, I look at a politician, Jose Huizar, who a former city councilman in LA, who's arrested for allegedly taking bribes from transnational capitalists from China. And those bribes then facilitate the development of commercial real estate industries here in downtown LA. And in that chapter, I begin to explore what happens when you have social identities have historically been marginalized and are now part of the managerial and capitalist class, and how does that then force a redefinition of the concept of the vendido? And in the last chapter, chapter 4, I explore international solidarity between Chicano, Latino, Latinx communities in LA and those in China. Specifically, I follow the logistics industry and how communities here in LA are fighting for clean air as a result of the ports, right, in the San Pedro ports. And how the battles here for clean air, for the right to breathe, are influencing policy, influencing folks in China. So we have a Chicano activist, Mark Lopez, who goes to China, right, as a representative of his local organization, ECR Communities, but also a larger organization, the Moving Forward Network, to really talk about tactic and their successes and challenges here in LA and how that might be able to be implemented in China, where it is through these material connections of the logistics industry that these communities are then connected. So these become the 4 chapters that really that aim to transnationalize the field of Chicano studies, to look at the global local dialectic, right? So it's not just looking at how the global structure of global capitalism manifests in LA, but it's also looking at how Chicano Latino communities are in direct connection with global capitalism, are aware of global capitalism, and at times collaborate with this hegemonic structure, or attempt to resist it, right, or perform acts of transgression. So in this the transnationalization of Chicano studies, I hope to encourage folks to explore this dialectic, explore the transnational components of global capitalism that are really central to our contemporary understanding of Chicanidad and Latinidad here in the US. And secondly, I really encourage a complication of the white other binary, right? So in a context of neoliberal multiculturalism, where marginalized identities become placed and become part of the managerial class, capitalist class, how does that then complicate, right, aspects of the white other binary? And at another level, I'm really pushing for serious engagement with China for Chicano studies, because in the past, China has been engaged with, though very much in a place of yesterday, right? So China has been really engaged in two veins. First is a complication of mestizaje, looking at how the immigration from China to Mexico, Latin America, really complicates how we understand Latinidad. And secondly, it's been an analysis of Maoism and how Maoism has had an influence on the Chicano movement and folks in the later part of the 20th century. And what I'm really pushing is for an engagement with 21st century China, right, for its complications and contradictions that directly and indirectly are connected with us here in LA and across the country. And I'm really excited moving forward to really then go to China, right, to develop my dissertation into its book manuscript and go to Beijing, Shanghai, and explore how Los Angeles is produced there, both as an idea and also in its spatial influence, right, looking at how the suburban landscape of the Southern California influences communities in Beijing. So I'm really excited to move abroad and go abroad to do this research, and really with the aim of transnationalizing the discipline. So thank you for your time, and hope y'all enjoy my presentation.